Good morning, boys and girls. We are on page 24. Please make sure you guys are turning to correct page. Lesson 5, Module 4. So for problem number 1, it says here, when someone donated 14 gallons of paint to Rosendale Elementary School, the 5th grade decided to use it to paint murals. They split the gallons equally among the 4 classes. So, how much paint did each class have to paint? So, looking here, we know that there are 14 gallons. So, I'm drawing a tape diagram so you guys can see that 14 gallons. And I wrote 1, 2, 3, 4 boxes. And we're trying to figure out how much is 1. So, in order to figure that out, I'm going to be dividing 14 divided by 4. And where did I get those numbers from? Right here, where it says 14 gallons and 4 classes. So 14 divided by 4. I'm going to divide 14 divided by 4. How many times can 4 go into 14? 3 times. What is 14 minus 12? 2. My remainder is 2, and my denominator is going to be 3 and 2/4, which is equivalent to 3 and 1/2, because when you simplify your expression, 2/4, you divide it by 2 over 2, what you're going to get is 3. 2 divided by 2 is 1, and 4 divided by 2 is 2. You get 3 and 1/2. So, each class had 3 and 1/2 gallons of paint. The second question they ask you is, how much paint will 3 classes use? Show your thinking using words, numbers, or pictures. So this time, instead of 4, we're going to use 3, okay? So we have 3 and 1/2. We're going to be taking that number and multiplying it by 3. So 3 times 3 and 1/2. Where did I get 3 and 1/2 from? From the previous problem right here. So now I'm going to add 3 and 1/2 plus 3 and 1/2 plus 3 and 1/2. Now the first thing I'm going to do is add my whole numbers. I have 3 plus 3 plus 3, which is equal to 9, and I have 1 plus 1 plus 1, which is equal to 3, and my denominator is going to be 2. So my final, I thought it was my final answer, not quite yet. Remember that you can change 3/2 by dividing it, because the number on the top, the numerator, is bigger than the denominator, so I can actually divide more. So I have 1, subtract 3 minus 2 is 1, so my remainder is 1, and my denominator is 2. So I get 1 and 1/2. So I'm going to add 9 plus 1, which is equal to 10, and then I'm going to cross off this 3/2 and use the 1/2. So we have 10 and 1/2 as our answer. So 3 classes will use 10 and 1/2 gallons of paint. For problem number 4, it says if 4 students share 30 square foot wall equally, how many square feet of the wall will be painted by each student? So we know that it is 30 square foot wall, and we also know that there are 4 students. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're trying to figure out how much will each student paint. So I would divide 30 from here, divided by 4 students. So I have 30 divided by 4. 30 is going to be the number that goes inside. The first number always goes inside, and on the outside we have 4. How many times can 4 go into 30? 7 times, because 4 times 7 is 28. Now I am going to subtract. 10 minus 8 is equal to 2. 3 changes to a 2. 2 minus 2 is 0, so my remainder is 2, and my denominator is equal to 4. So I have 7 2/4, and remember I can simplify by dividing the top and bottom number by 2. So I have 7 and 1/2, because 2 divided by 2 is equal to 1, and 4 divided by 2 is equal to 2. So each student will paint 7 and 1/2 square feet. For problem D, what fraction of the wall will each student paint? So each student will paint, so looking at this tape diagram, the same one up here. So if you have 4, right, and you know that one student will paint one part of it, so that means that you have 1/4. So that means that each student painted 1/4 of the wall. Now turning the page, we have page 25. For page 25, it says here, Craig bought a 3-foot-long baguette and then made 4 equally sized sandwiches with it. What portion baguette was used for each sandwich? Draw a visual model to help you solve the problem. So we know that it was 3 foot long, and that's what my tape diagram shows. And we know that there were 4 equal pieces. So I'm drawing 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're figuring out one of the pieces, right? So looking at that, I can see that it is 1/4 of the piece. Just to make it bigger so you can see, we would have 1/4. So each sandwich uses 1/4. For problem B, it asks me, how long in feet is one of Craig's sandwiches? So now I need to figure out how long is one of his sandwiches. So earlier, they just wanted to know what is the fraction, and now they want to know what if I were to divide 3 foot long by 4 equally sizes. So 3 divided by 4. Now what I'm going to do, I don't have to solve because the numerator is already smaller than the denominator, so you leave it as is. So that is your final answer. One sandwich is 3/4 foot long. For problem C, we have how many inches long is one of Craig's sandwiches. To figure the amount in inches, that means that I need to convert it to 12 because 1 foot is equal to 12 inches. So that's where I'm getting 12 inches from. So to figure that out, I need to figure out 12 divided by 4 because we know that there are 4 pieces. We figured that out already. So I'm going to divide 12 divided by 4, and 12 divided by 4 is equal to 3. Now, they ask how many inches long is Craig's sandwiches? So that means that each piece is 3, 3, 3, 3, right? So 1 unit is 3 inches. 3 units equals to 9 inches if they're talking about just 3 inches. And 1 sandwich is 9 inches long. Okay. Now, Scott has 6 days to save enough money for a $45 concert ticket. $45 concert ticket. If he saves the same amount each day, what is the minimum amount he must save each day in order to reach his goal? Express your answer in dollars. So to figure this out, he needs $45. And in order to figure out how much he needs, I'm going to be dividing it by 6 because he has 6 days to save enough money. So I'm going to be dividing 45 by 6. So 45 is the number that's going to go inside, and 6 is the number that is going to go on the outside. How many times can 6 go into 45? We know that 6 times 7 is equal to 42. And when I subtract 5 minus 2, I get 3. 4 minus 4 is 0. So my remainder is 3, and my denominator is equal to 6. Now remember, I can simplify 3 6 by dividing the top and bottom number by 3. So 7 stays the same, but 3 divided by 3 is equal to 1, and 6 divided by 3 is equal to 2. I don't know why I put 3, but it's equal to 2. So my final answer is 7 1/2. Now, 7 1/2, think about that. They want you to express this using dollars. So 7 1/2, what is half of a dollar? 50 cents. So that means that it is $7.50 that he needs to save each day. So Scott must save $7.50 or each day, or $7.50. Okay, and that is all for today. Let me know if you have any questions in class.